Welcome back to Bonico Tarot. And yeah, I figured it might be nice to have a little bit of sage to start this one off. Energies are pretty high, as we're all well aware. Sending out love, light, and truth, and the pursuit of it to all. So, here's another big report. We are dealing with a lunar eclipse. And lunar eclipses in general, can trigger fated events. But this one, it's not so much the eclipse that's of concern in this moment. It is the moon square to Mars. So we're dealing with some very intense energies. I would anticipate that that this June will be probably one of the most intense months that we've had in decades. So, as I advise to many of my friends, make sure you have your helmet on this weekend, because it's going to be a doozy. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, really. But it's definitely a time to not give in to impulses, especially when we're feeling triggered by something. So before I get too deep into the details on the eclipse, I'm going to get a little business stuff out of the way. I do offer private readings, and so I've just finished making a little flyer, which I've posted on Bonico Tarot on Facebook, so you can see it there for quick reference. But basically what I'm offering is I'm offering a one question 30-minute in-depth tarot reading. That will be for $35. And then if you want to go a little bit more into your situation, or if you have a few things you want to take a look at, then I would recommend that we do the multiple questions 60-minute reading, which a lot of the times they go more. Now, I can do those live, or I can also record them and send you a link online where you can look at them yourself and possibly opt for them for download. I'm still kind of working that out, but at any rate, I do have a space to send you a link at this time, and I'll give you more details about that once you message me. And then my third little itty bitty reading option is the I Need a Sign 3-card reading, and that is recorded only. So what I would do is email you a photo of the spread in terms of the cards that I laid out, and then a quick little voicemail or voice memo file for your use to refer to. So then also I would like to direct you to the Venus retrograde, Venus RX, for each sign, the reports that I did for each sign a little over a week ago. Those reports are going to be relevant for May, June, and July. And also a handy reference for your hindsight is 2020 kind of thing as we move into the late summer and early fall, because we've got a lot of aspects that are triggering significant changes, because we have moved into a new chapter and we're creating a paradigm that we have no point of reference for. So things are happening, we're not really seeing them coming because we're not familiar with the dynamics of this new paradigm. So Let me see, did I get all the business over with? And then also, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that when I do get videos up, you are notified right away. And so, yeah, let's get to the general astrological themes for this lunar eclipse. So, this lunar eclipse is in Sagittarius, and because it's square Mars, the dynamics are around love and hate. So, and, you know, all manner of extremes in this respect. So, it's a classic kind of dynamic where you really have to ask yourself, which wolf am I going to feed? There will be things that will poke you, that will trigger you. And so if you don't want to be caught up with a huge mess of details to have to work out when throughout the rest of the summer, when you really wanted to have your eye on other things, then I suggest you really rein yourself in. We all need to take a pause, take a breath, and know without a doubt that we see the way that we're heading clearly before we act. Most of the planets are in retrograde or in some stage of it, and Mercury retrograde is right around the corner, folks. So, you know, with all the action that we've seen so far, it's really best to be paying attention and put your helmet on. What this is also leading us into is we have a solar eclipse later in the month, and that will be, what is that solar eclipse going to be in? I believe it's is it Cancer? Yes, it's going to be Cancer. If I'm wrong, I will correct myself. And that's going to be based on our issues around freedoms and restriction. So I think that we're already seeing a lot of those themes that are playing out, and here at this time we're looking for sort of the culmination or the climax that does bring clarity and opens up a whole new path for many of us. One of the things that I've been finding that I've been advising my clients of so far is that when we feel like we're in this vice grip and the options are not clear, and we find that we're actually attached to a particular outcome of our situation, I recommend that you find a way to surrender without it having to mean failure or death. So, as with all of my readings, I like to play with perspective, and I invite you to join me as I provide you with the context of astrology to then create yet another story with finer details in time and space with the tarot. So, here's the deal. Libra, this eclipse falls in your third house of communication. So, as an air sign, you know that that's probably going to be a little tricky. So, these challenges with communication are likely to be with neighbors, stuff around publishing and promotions, as well as travel plans. So while travel is challenging already, you may be finding that if you're wanting to get on the move, it may not happen. So I wouldn't get too attached to that outcome. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say within the context of your eclipse energies. So there's one. And let's see, where's your second card? Yeah, okay. And then the third card. All right, so what are the energies for Libra around this eclipse? Oh, how nice for you. So it's the Ten of Cups. which is the ultimate in emotional fulfillment with family, partners, and friends. So I'd say that's a good start. But we're feeling a little defensive, or at least this is the energy of what we've been working with so far. So 7 of Wands. And then we've got the Fool. This card is coming up a lot lately. Aries is revving up for something, I'll tell you that much. And with Libra being opposite of the wheel, the zodiac wheel, to Aries, there's a symbiotic relationship in terms of the energies that are being touched on. So this is why travel, even though this is, I mean, Mercury can be about travel, and Mercury retrograde is coming, so careful, careful. But you may have somebody who is in Aries in your life, who is a part of a new beginning, or part of a leap of faith. Or maybe you're just taking a leap of faith as it goes, ooh, judgment. Something's coming down. Something's coming down the pipe. So chances are you're going to get some sort of news based on a decision. And or maybe you're going to hear from your neighbors about something. And yeah, but something is going down. Or you could also be announcing yourself in terms of publications and promotions of whatever work it is you're doing. So let's get, oh, look at that. I tried to get one card, dropped a bunch of them, and I didn't want to take them. But I'm going to take these two. So, yeah, you definitely could be dealing with an Aries and communicating with them. Or this is what you've been doing so far. And maybe you've been communicating something around boundaries. So let's get some cards for the Fool card. And so the first one, look at that, Temperance. This could also be a Sagittarius. You could be taking a leap of faith with the Sagittarius, or you could be wanting to trust a new situation, but your thoughts still haven't cleared of the anxiety around whatever you feel you're defending. So, what's clarification for the Judgment card? Success. So, you could be finding that if you are communicating and promoting and publishing, whether you're a YouTuber or other sort of social media platform, you may experience, wow, like a complete and total turnaround. And there could be a Scorpio that's involved in this situation. Both the Judgment card and the Death card can represent Scorpio. Conversely, the 6 of Wands can also be associated with Leo, although it's not a major arcana, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a Leo in the situation. But whatever the circumstances are, it's a drastic change as a result of a tremendous amount of success. So if you are experiencing current challenges, you may actually find that this eclipse kind of signifies the end of something, maybe the end of anxiety, because you've been successful in getting your message out. Okay. So, what are the underlying energies to the mini Rider-Waite? Oh, the Queen of Cups. So, yeah, this is, pardon me, this is bringing out a softer side of you, Libra, one that's a little bit more emotional. Because whatever it is you're doing is a labor of love. And you're really stepping into a place where people can depend on you for emotional support. So let's see what the Lenormand has for you for this eclipse, Libra. Oh, I guess that one wants to come. Oh, the moon. The moon, the moon, the moon. And walking away from things that aren't good for you anymore. You know, doing things completely differently than you have in the past. And there could be some travel involved. So, Libra, I hope you found this reading helpful. And, you know, you do have a little bit of shaking going on. So, yeah, I'm definitely assigning you part of the helmet crew. Wear a helmet. This Friday's going to be crazy. All right? So, take care, and we'll see you again.